name is Kevin McAvoy. I'm here at Jerry's Music Shop to talk to you about euphonium maintenance. On the table in front of me, on either side of my horn, I have many different items used for cleaning and maintaining the instrument. On my right here I have items that you would find at your local music store. On my left, some items from a drugstore or at your local supermarket. We'll start with the items from the music store. These items will be necessary for cleaning your instrument and maintaining it. First, I have a cleaning snake. I have brushes of different size, a polishing cloth, a polishing gauze. I also have valve oil, slide grease, and I also have a mouthpiece sanitizer. Three of the most common things that you're going to maintain on your instrument are your water key, your valves, and your mouthpiece. The water key should be emptied very frequently. On my instrument I have two. I have one on my first valve and I have one main on my main tuning slide. The water key should be emptied as often as you feel is necessary, but before you start to really hear it. And you'll hear when you need to empty your water key because you'll start to feel popping sound as you play, and you'll hear it coming out of your instrument. So to empty your water key, simply put your instrument at a proper angle so that the water key, the bottom of the water key is facing down, so the instrument usually at a 45-degree angle. Press the water key, make sure it's away from your body, and then just lightly blow through the instrument to motivate that water to come out. Okay? The second most common maintenance done to your horn is your valves. Keeping your valves oiled is very, very important. There are two different types of oil. There's a standard oil that will come in most instruments, and there's also synthetic oil. Standard oil is very good, it's very popular, and it's perfectly okay to use. I prefer the synthetic oil because you have to apply it less often. This oil you'll apply probably every other day. Synthetic is once a week. To apply oil, simply pull out your valve, and apply the oil to the metal surface, not putting it inside the holes, but going around. Okay? Once you've done with that, simply insert it back in your valve casing, lining up the valve guide, and thread the valve back on, keeping your index finger on the valve. Middle of the thumb will screw the valve back into place. Do that for all the valves on the instrument. That should be done at least once a week, if not 2 to 3 times, depending on what type of oil you use. The last thing that is maintained on a regular basis is your mouthpiece. Now the mouthpiece will get dirty the fastest, so it's very important to keep it clean using a mild soapy water and a brush. A mouthpiece brush is a tapered brush like this. Insert the tapered end, the point of the brush, through the end of the shank of the mouthpiece. Don't insert it in through the mouthpiece part because it's actually wider on the tip of the shank. Make sure you give it a little twist, pull it out, rinse it again, do it again, clean it out, pull it out. Use a standard soft bristle toothbrush in mild soapy water to clean on the inside of the mouthpiece, and then a soft polishing gauze to wipe the mouthpiece clean. Something you can do to really make sure that you've killed all the germs is use a mouthpiece sanitizer like this Roche Thomas Mighty Mist. It's a wintergreen scented alcohol-based product. Spray it on your mouthpiece, wipe off with the polishing gauze, and then you're good to go. Around 3 times a year you should take the entire instrument apart to give it a thorough cleaning. I've taken the liberty to already partially dismantle my instrument to show you the process. On the table in front of me I've removed my valve, the spring below the valve as well as the bottom cap. I've also removed one of my tuning slides to show you how to clean the tuning slide. Be very careful that when you remove your valves and tuning slides that you put them on a soft surface that's not going to allow them to be scratched. Also, make sure that your valves and springs stay together, that you don't get them all mixed up. It'll be very easy to do. So take all your springs and valves and tuning slides and lay them out. Once you've completed that, you can begin cleaning your instrument. With the valve, warm soapy water and a soft bristle toothbrush you can use to scrub on the outside of the valve. Again, non-abrasive. You can use a wide brush such as this one in warm soapy water, cleaning inside the valve holes as such. Make sure you go all the way through all the holes. Once you're done, clean it with with warm water, warm clear water, and then simply wipe it down with a polishing gauze or a soft cotton. Your spring can be easily cleaned with a soft bristle toothbrush and warm soapy water. Simply put your toothbrush in warm soapy water and then spin it through the spring like so. It will act as a screw, and it will the toothbrush will work its way up through the spring. Once you're done, you can unscrew the toothbrush and you'll have a nice clean spring. Rinse it again. Bottom cap, clean it with warm soapy water and a toothbrush. Clean the bottom cap really good. Set it aside. Repeat that same process for all 4 valves. After you've removed all your tuning slides, it will be important to remove all the excess residue from your previous cleanings. So you clean off your outside of your tuning slides using a polishing cloth, and then you're going to scrub the outside if necessary. If you clean your instrument often enough, you won't need to do this next step. But if you have a lot of buildup and residue, and it's been a while since your last cleaning, a small piece of Scotch-Brite will work wonders. Very carefully, and only on the tuning slide, polish it around like that, very carefully, not squeezing too hard. Be very careful not to get it on the lacquered portion of your tuning slide, otherwise it will scratch it. Okay? Don't do this very often because it will take metal off of your instrument. This is only in the event that you have some serious tarnish that you want to get rid of. Rinse it very good. Then take your cleaning snake, dip the cleaning snake in warm soapy water, run the cleaning snake through the tuning slide all the way through until it comes out the other side, pull it back through. Do this process 2 or 3 times, make sure it's clean, rinse it with warm water, and you're done. Repeat that process for all your tuning slides. Next is the body of the instrument itself. Again, using your cleaning snake, you're going to dip the tip in warm soapy water. You're going to run the cleaning snake through each tuning slide end. Run it all the way through until you meet resistance and then pull it out. Don't push too hard because you do risk scratching the inside of your instrument a little bit. Especially in these casings, you don't want to scratch the inside of the casings. Repeat the same process for the casings themselves. Dip the end of the cleaning snake in warm soapy water, and then run very carefully through your valve casing. Pull it back through. Okay, be very careful not to scratch the inside of your valve casing. Once that is all done, you can rinse the entire horn with warm water. Reassembly. Using a slide lubricant like this LeBlanc Slide Ease, apply a very small amount to the outside of the slide. Spread it around with your fingers, and then reinsert the tuning slide to your horn. Wipe off any extra with your polishing gauze. Repeat this process for all your tuning slides. And last but not least, your valve. Taking the bottom cap and reattaching it first. Reinsert your spring. Using your valve oil, now carefully oil the valve all around the valve on the flat surface. Be careful not to get it inside the holes. Again, I'm using a synthetic valve oil, but an Alcast standard valve oil is just fine. Carefully reinsert the valve so that it lines up with the guide. Push down with your index finger. Spin it with your middle finger and thumb. Repeat that process for all 4 valves, and your maintenance is complete.